For 13.8 billion years, our universe has been expanding, evolving, and generating life against impossible odds. It is the ultimate story of creation. But every story, no matter how grand, must eventually conclude. The question is not if the universe will end, but how. Will it be a slow, quiet fade, or a violent, catastrophic burst that tears the very fabric of reality apart? Today, we dive into the deepest corners of astrophysics to explore the 5 most terrifying and fascinating scenarios scientists have theorized for the ultimate demise of everything we know. Let's start with the most likely scenario, the most anticlimactic, yet perhaps the most absolute: the Big Freeze, or the heat death of the universe. It all comes down to the second law of thermodynamics, entropy. As the universe expands, driven by dark energy, its energy and matter become more and more spread out. Over trillions of years, the last stars will burn out, leaving the cosmos cold and dark. Galaxies will drift apart, hidden beyond cosmic horizons. All that will remain are cold remnants, black holes, neutron stars, and brown dwarfs. Finally, the last black holes will slowly evaporate through Hawking radiation. The end result is a vast, homogeneous void of near absolute zero temperature, filled only with scattered photons and elementary particles. Nothing can ever happen again. Scenario number 2 is the poetic opposite, the Big Crunch. This was once the leading theory, and it relies on one simple idea: gravity winning. If the density of matter and energy in the universe were great enough, gravity would eventually halt the expansion. The universe would slow down, stop, and then begin to contract. As the contraction accelerates, galaxies would race towards each other, smashing together. Space would shrink, and temperatures would rise exponentially. Stars, planets, and even individual atoms would be torn apart by the immense pressure. The end state is the reverse of the Big Bang, everything collapsing back into an infinitely hot, dense singularity. A dramatic and violent end, but one that current data suggests is highly unlikely due to the accelerating expansion we observe. Our third possibility is terrifying because it's driven by the very force causing our current expansion: dark energy. This is the Big Rip. Imagine if dark energy wasn't constant, but actually grew stronger as space expanded. If this phantom dark energy exists, the expansion of the universe would become so rapid and forceful that it would overpower every fundamental force in nature. First, galaxies are ripped apart. Then, gravitational forces holding solar systems together are overcome. Planets fly free into the void. Finally, the rip tears through the electromagnetic forces holding molecules and atoms together. And ultimately, the strong nuclear force itself. The universe doesn't collapse. It simply rips itself apart, leaving behind isolated, non-interacting elementary particles. Our fourth scenario is the ultimate instant cosmic catastrophe: vacuum decay, sometimes called the Big Slurp. This theory suggests that our universe may be sitting on a false foundation. The laws of physics, as we know them, rely on a specific energy state called the Higgs field. Scientists theorize that our current Higgs field may be a false vacuum, a temporary high-energy state. If a more stable, true vacuum state spontaneously appeared somewhere in the cosmos, perhaps triggered by a quantum fluctuation, it would initiate a bubble. This bubble would expand outward at the speed of light, instantly changing the fundamental physical constants of everything it touches. Atoms would cease to exist as we know them. Molecules would dissolve, and our universe would instantly vanish. We would never see it coming. Finally, we have the most optimistic, cyclical scenario, the Big Bounce. This idea suggests that the Big Bang wasn't a unique starting point, but a moment of cosmic rebirth. In this theory, the universe goes through an endless cycle. It expands, as in the Big Freeze or Big Crunch, but instead of collapsing into a singularity forever, it bounces back. The intense pressures generated during the final moments of a Big Crunch might be just enough to overcome the collapse and initiate a brand new expansion, a new Big Bang. If the Big Bounce is correct, then our current 13.8 billion-year journey is just one phase in an eternal, self-sustaining cosmic loop. The universe is not doomed. It's just being reset. While the data heavily favors the silent, cold death of the Big Freeze, the mysteries of dark energy and the Higgs field mean that a violent end or an instant collapse are still terrifying possibilities. It's a sobering thought. Our cosmic clock is ticking, but we don't know when the alarm will sound or what that alarm will be. Which of these 5 scenarios do you find the most likely and the most terrifying? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the secrets of the cosmos.